Hello! In today's lesson about searching for information online, we are going to talk about the quality of the pieces of said information we may find. How can we find information that is guaranteed to be reliable? I am asking this because on the internet, anyone can speak their truth. And it is very likely, despite finding valuable resources, we can also stumble upon false information. There are great examples of falsehoods on the network. There have even been trials in the United Kingdom about some fake comments that were posted on the internet about a president. Well, as an example of what we are saying, we are going to see a case. Let's see, for example, we want to look for the author of the song Clavelitos that sings La Tuna, a very famous song. And if we search for the author of Clavelitos here in the Google search, we are going to find that here it tells us that we are going to open it with the right button on a different tab. It says that Joaquín Valverde San Juan is the author of Clavelitos. And then if we go to the second tab, we are going to find that he actually is the author of the song Clavelitos. If we happen to stop here, we would have a result, but let's see. Because here we can clearly read that this other name. It says that the authors were Federico Galindo and Genaro Monreal, and we already have two values that make us think, if we click here, in the Wikipedia post about Clavelitos, and we will see that it is already giving us clues about the fact that Clavelitos is a song composed by this person, and it shouldn't be confused with Genaro Monreal or Federico Galindo. Good. Who is the one that usually sings the famous La Tuna? Well, we would have to continue clicking on different results until we happen to find the answers we are looking for. We have to find them ourselves indeed. Here we have it. Let's read this one. We have got that Clavelitos, Galindo, Monreal. And here we can already see that the song we were searching for all this time has indeed been authored by Galindo and Monreal, and not Quintito Valverde or Joaquín Valverde. If we had trusted the information we initially found on Wikipedia, which is generally a reliable source as it is usually reviewed, we would have realized that it wasn't an error. Rather, there are two songs both titled Clavelitos. This serves as an example of a discrepancy in Wikipedia. In this case, it's related to Wikipedia in English and involves something a bit technical, or rather quite technical, a matter of aeronautical engineering. The aerodrome reference temperature is a parameter crucial in the design of airports and aircraft. If we search for it in English on Wikipedia, it defines the aerodrome reference temperature as the monthly average of the daily mean temperature of the warmest month of the year, plus 1/3 of this difference. This formula is sourced from airport engineering by an author. However, if this is the only information we have, it might lead us to believe that this is the definitive definition of aerodrome reference temperature. In reality, if we refer to Annex 14 of the International Civil Aviation Organization, or ICAO, we can find various sources contradicting this. We have downloaded the Annex 14 of the ICAO, eliminating the need to wait. One highly recommended trick when conducting searches is to use the browser's Ctrl+F function. It will open a window, either at the top right or bottom left, depending on the browser. This window allows us to enter a term to search within the content we have open. In this case, it's a PDF, but the process is the same for a web page. This feature is particularly useful when dealing with a web page containing a wealth of information and we want to quickly locate specific terms. For example, if we search for temperature, we find 16 internal results pop up. And now, let's search for aerodrome reference temperature. We could use the index, but for now, we'll proceed this way. Here it is. The aerodrome reference temperature should be the monthly average of the maximum daily temperatures corresponding to the warmest month of the year, without involving any third of the difference, etc., etc. There's no mention of a third. In other words, the English Wikipedia reference is incorrect. It would be sufficient to give them a simple warning, and they would make the correction. However, this serves as an example of the importance of verifying references. When we come across information, it's essential to consider that it might not be entirely accurate. Checking for references is always beneficial. Information derived from a blog might be less reliable, whereas data from highly trustworthy sources, such as official publications or national statistics institutes, holds more credibility. Nevertheless, even when dealing with seemingly reliable sources, discrepancies can arise. As an instance, we encountered a case involving data from the Spanish National Statistics Institute. The number of students, although very similar, was not an exact match between the press release summary authored by the Institute itself and the value presented in the tables. Therefore, it is very positive that once we have found something, we to try to look for similar sources that give us the same data, or to try to go to the original or first post about it. In this case, within the official National Statistics Institute website, we should look for the very first press release about the topic and find the chart or specific piece of data that we had previously found on the internet. By doing this, we will be able to contrast it and verify it is accurate or not. An example of a bad use of the internet for this kind of things is a phenomena that happened known as Google bombing. There was a very famous Google bombing case in Spain that consisted in that people started to input results so that when someone searched for SGA, which is a Spanish organization, the word thieves would show up. This event was very notorious at the time, and since Google results depend on what people are searching for at that time, some people can take advantage of that, and phenomena like this can happen. As I said, it is important once you have found the source to think about the quality of said source, where we have found the data, and try to contrast it with other sources. So this was all for today's lesson. I hope you found it insightful. See you in the next video.